Welcome to Oduction-Vlog-Ductions. This is day 24 of the October Horror Movie Challenge. Hard to believe that 7 days from now is Halloween. And one film that used to play around my house growing up around Halloween was House of Wax, because it would be on Turner Classic Movies quite a bit. And from 1953, that is today's film. This here is the TCM Greatest Classics Film Collection. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Freaks, The Haunting, and House of Wax. Great 4-pack. I love these TCM collections. The covers look pretty awesome. I have a few others of these as well. A couple sci-fi ones, Marx Brothers, Film Noir. But yeah, House of Wax, great film. Not really a slasher per se, but you know, in terms, it kind of is. I mean, Vincent Price, disfigured man, running a failing wax museum, starts killing people off, turning them into his wax sculptures. It's a basic and simple premise that is pure horror through and through, and it just feels like a timely vintage tale from a bygone era. And this definitely has that 1950s vibe to it. It has that grainy color stock. It's a slow burn at first, but there are hints of madness dropped throughout. And you know, it has a pretty awesome climax, like most of those films did back in the day. It just has a great ambience to it. I wish it was black and white. I think it would have added that much more to it, but it is the first colorized 3D motion picture. So it makes sense why it does look the way it does with the grain. I wish I could have seen this in 3D at some point at, like, you know, Alamo Draft House or someplace like that. I think that'd be awesome to check out. But yeah, it definitely is of its time, but that's said in the best way possible. It is a remake of Mysteries at the Wax Museum, 1933, which is also a solid film, and it had a remake of its own, House of Wax, from 2005, which initially I hated when I first saw it. And I watched it again years later and honestly enjoyed it. It's a pretty fun film, actually. I think I went in wanting to hate it because of like Paris Hilton, and in like the lead up she was talking about how, you know, she's hotter than Vincent Price or whatever. So it's like, alright, eye roll. But you know, let that go. It's a pretty awesome flick as well. It'd be really sweet to see all three of them back to back to back, honestly. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be back with the 1960s.